It's over.
I'm glad it's over, man. This
You are
shit, bro.
free.
I am free, man. I am as free as a bird.
Um, okay, okay. I don't fully hate the ending.
Okay, I'm glad you came into that conclusion
Yeah.
first. It took me like an entire day to just accept it,
Yeah, because
man.
you read the spoilers. This is literally first thoughts.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I finished like 5 minutes ago. Um, okay, we are recording. Um,
Do
d-
you want to
d-
do a messenger?
what do you mean?
Do you want to do a messenger or Discord?
Messenger. Like, we've
Okay.
already started, so might as well. But
Afterwards though, I want us to like redo like tier list.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Now with the full story in mind.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. I don't think this is the worst ending Aaron fans could have got. Like, I think worst case scenario for them would be full peace ending for no entire reason. But we haven't got that. The world is basically still at war. Eren genocided like 80% of the world. So like everyone wins.
Okay, all right. This is where I go against all of those points because I completely disagree with it.
Okay.
I think this is the worst possible ending you could
Really?
have done for Aaron. This is the oh my god!
One thing that did
This?
make me mad was him reciprocating feelings for Mikasa.
Exactly, bro.
That was awful for me.
Dude, that okay. So I was reading, because I was like, I read the leaks obviously. So
Yeah.
I I basically went through the 5 stages of you know, what do you call it, grief or whatever.
Grief, yeah.
So I started off with the leaks, and the leaks I completely denied them the first time I saw them.
Yeah.
It sounded like gibberish. It honestly sounded like gibberish, man. So I had major denial at the beginning. And then I started getting angry at the leakers because I thought they were trolling, right? This was like the last hurrah, like, oh, look at us. We're going to make history with our lives. But no, Zika from the beginning of the leaks, he was like, bro, this is trash, guys. I'm sorry. So I started bargaining with the leakers, and everybody in the community started bargaining. You know, okay,
Inhaling
maybe
that copium.
exactly spreading that copium, spreading that hopium, and then and then we got the fucking the scans, and then that's when depression hit because we got the first wave
Yeah.
of translations,
This
and
is
it went
when
perfect.
reality sinks in.
Exactly. So the fucking first panel we get is Aaron in the ocean talking about, oh, I love her, man. I love her, man. Fuck, man.
Farmer Coon
Everyone just
did
fucking.
Smash Historia.
Oh my days, this is the worst. Okay, and then obviously I'm in acceptance now, but let me like to disagree with those points. I'm gonna go over the emotions I had before I accepted this shit.
Okay.
So, first of all, yes, I ship Aaron Historia equals Yamea, blah blah blah, all of that bullshit. So of course I'm gonna have a bias towards this, but let's take that aside and just, you know what, I'm an Aaron Mika shipper. This is what I wanted, right? Okay. The issue with this is that Aaron, from the beginning, okay, we can look back through the series. I recently rewatched the show with my mom. He is aware of Mikasa's behavior. He is aware of her attachment to him.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he knows this.
Okay. That's point one. Point two. The conversation he has of, calling out Mikasa for her slave traits, an armament for being possessed by the enemy. The way Isayama has chosen to recontextualize that is that he was doing it because what? Because he was just being a real nigga? You know what I mean? He was just spitting facts, man. Right? Is that why he was doing it?
No, from what it seemed like, it just seemed like he wanted to act like the bad guy.
Exactly. I'm like,
Yeah,
what is that
like
shit, bro?
it kind of takes away the basedness from Eren.
Completely.
Yeah.
It's a complete character. It's not even a character regression because Eren was never like this. So it's just like a character butchering. He's just butchering the character. It's like two different characters. Like there's no recontextualization. There's no which Isayama is really good at doing. Something that's happened later on. In later chapter, he reveals, okay, this is why it happened. Okay, recontextualize. Everyone's happy. It makes sense. This isn't that. This is just here's Eren Yeager, here's Elliot Roger, bro. Elliot Roger saved humanity, man. He genocided 80% of the world just like he wanted to. Woo, Asian pussy got a nigga down bad. Woo, woo. Like, I don't know what he was thinking, man. Like,
Yeah. I feel like this is somewhat kind of like the Lelouch ending, but without any like it doesn't feel in character, you know?
Okay, so yeah, that's sort of what I helped me get into the acceptance when the actual chapter came out. So when the chapter came out, essentially that first half before he got into the Mikasa bullshit, I was like, okay, Lelouch ending, calm. Yeah. I already predicted this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
No problem here.
Like this was the one that kind of made the most sense. Like I'm realistically.
Like, there's no way Isayama's gonna, you know, a lot of people like to give him credit, but I never gave this guy credit. I always thought that he came up with things along the way, and with new ideas, he recontextualized the past ideas and added more sauce to them, made them more juicy.
Yeah.
That's all he's been doing.
Yeah.
In regards to the first half, I'm Gucci with, right?
Yeah.
Now, even that pissed me off afterwards, after I finished the entire chapter, because I've recently been rewatching Code Geass through live reactions, right?
Yeah.
Just to remember the series, because I watched it quite a while back. And yeah, you can't even compare Lelouch's character to Eren's character. Like Lelouch's character, there's no, it's constant progression, right?
Yeah, like as he begins to like learn more about the worlds, that starts to affect his decision of where he wants to go.
Exactly. So it's not, oh, I'm playing chess with everybody. Ha ha ha. Yeah. I'm super genius. Yeah. No, he actually faces consequences, and those consequences mold him to the person he is at the end.
Yeah.
But the person he is at the end is something he's always had from the beginning, leading with the king. We saw that in the first episode. He led with the king, and that's how he beat the other guy. He led with himself, he became the king of world, led with himself, and then that's how he saved everybody. So you can't make the Lelouch doing all of this, being selfless and sacrificing himself, is a complete butcher of his character. No, he's been like this. He was doing this for his sister, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Right.
Nanari.
Exactly. With Eren, why is he doing any of this?
For his friends?
You killed your own mother.
Yeah. Like, okay. It's like he's trying to do it for his friends, but then it's like, well, you've just put them in a freaking situation where you literally say you don't even know the outcome of this.
Exactly.
So it
That's
just seems
my
stupid
issue with
now.
this entire thing. There's no certainty behind the character of Eren. If he was like, yo, I killed all of these people, right? And then I had you stop me just so you could, have better communication. That's what he says, right?
Yeah.
Issue with that is it was only 80%. You get what I mean?
Yeah, like it wasn't full.
It wasn't full.
And
It wasn't complete.
now in the current day, his friends are still gonna be like they're trying to be ambassadors, and that can also turn to crap.
Exactly. Even
Because
though they no longer have the power of Titans,
yeah,
people don't give a fuck, man. All
like
right,
that
we
just
see
makes it worse for them because now they don't have Titan
exactly.
powers to
They
help them.
can't exactly. They can't fight back like
So now they've
they
got to
do.
rely on Armong to freaking talk no jutsu his way.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's that lack of certainty behind the act. Like even with this is the sad part when you don't have like an extravagant original ending. You're just gonna get compared to other endings.
Mm.
Yeah, harkening back to Lelouch. Lelouch is like obviously there's no certainty. There will be wars in the future, right?
Yeah.
But it's the way his character is conveyed in that moment. Even as he's dying, he's like, "Bro, Suzaku, I'm leaving it up to you, man. You got this."
Yeah, he's very
Aaron didn't
confident
do
in
that with
Suzaku.
Armin. Like, imagine if Aaron was like, "Armin, I'm leaving all of it up to you, man. I
Mm.
know it's selfish. I know, I went
Yeah,
fucking cuckoo bananas, but you got this, man."
like
No, he's
it's
like, "Oh, I'm funny. Oh,
it's not even like yo, I have faith in Armin. He's like I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. I
I
don't
don't know,
know.
bro.
I don't know. I don't know. I think you know what? You know what Aaron's become? Aaron. I don't even want to call that Aaron, bro. I don't know what the fuck that was, bro.
That's Ere.
That, that's Eddie, exactly. Eddie Rogers, bro.
Ere.
All right, so yeah, um, that the uncertainty and the okay, so with Ymir,
Mm.
so it's revealed that essentially Aaron is basically still a slave, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, but the entire idea of the past chapters, at least to me, was to showcase how Aaron is free
Mm.
because he is the only person that has a brother that can miraculously put him in paths so he can directly communicate with the founder
Mm.
and change the founder's mindset and make them free and initiate all of this
I
out
mean,
of his own
we
free
we
will.
legit get the 2-page spread of Kid Eren and then freedom.
Exactly. This is easy. Let me recontextualize this. Yeah,
Mm.
I'm gonna make Aaron a whole ass pussy, man. You think this guy's a Chad? Hell no, man.
Like it kind of just turned into power of love, power of friendship. Like it didn't give him power, but it was that kind of directed their thoughts in the end.
Yeah.
Like you find with Ymir, Ymir continued to be a slave, because she liked the king.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah. Um, and I don't know. I feel like this should have been like a message about freedom, but it seemed to kind of encourage that kind of Stockholm syndrome, being a slave to someone.
Yeah. Yeah. You put
Yeah,
it perfectly. Holy shit, man. Oh my
like
god.
it feels very anti what I thought Isayama was gonna go for. But like, even with this ending, like I feel the last two chapters already kind of made this set in stone, so it doesn't feel completely out. Like the only thing that feels completely out of nowhere is Eren going, "Yeah, Mikasa, I want woman." Like the rest of this, I'm like, yeah, we were basically heading into that direction 2 chapters ago.
Yeah, Lelouch. Yeah.
Mm. Uh, yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think back. Like, when has Aaron ever acted like this? Right.
Mm.
Um. During season 3, right?
Mm.
When he got the memories from Historia and Rod Rice, and he saw his dad killing the family and shit, and he was like, "Oh my god, this story just killed me." You know, we saw like bitch mode pussy Aaron, right?
Yeah.
And the whole idea behind it was Historia saved him from that, you know,
Yeah.
worst girl in the world. You know, she put me over everybody else. She's my ally. And then we cut back to
Like,
139. And yeah.
like
What was the point of any of
bro,
that? I don't.
Mikasa kind of enabled old Eren, pre freedom Eren. Historia helped him progress and gain that freedom, I think.
Yeah,
Which is why they're perfect.
That was the story's entire caricature.
Yeah.
With Ymir. Like, be yourself. Don't fucking follow other people and what they have to think. You don't have to always be a selfless hero that puts, you know, sacrifices herself. No, like sometimes you just gotta say fuck no. Just live your life how you want to live it, man. Make your own Historia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the fuck happened to that?
She got prego, bro. She became a Dragon Ball character and became useless.
Dude, legit, man. What the hell?
Like,
wow, it
seems she went back into freaking queen mode at the end. But even so, I don't know. She
okay,
didn't.
you know what would Loki give me just a little more acceptance is when we get the anime adaptation, and she's holding that baby, and that baby has those beaming green eyes, right? and like the credits or something or in the title card, I don't know. It's just Ymir Jaeger. I'll be like, alright, bro.
Hope for sword.
This is okay now. Like, maybe, alright, fine. Eren was still simping for his stepsister, whatever, man. Whatever. But at least he clapped some cheeks, you know what I mean? Oh my god. It will just add more motivation behind everything. I don't understand why it's what happened. Was like the Busatsu Shonen magazine, was Kondasha just like, yo, don't do this shit? Like, I don't know. Because this ending doesn't give me hope. It doesn't really make me betray the readers. I guess it does betray the readers, but it doesn't make me feel like hurt. It's just disappointment toward that guy specifically, like. Because a lot of people had, you know, high expectations, man. He said, "Yeah, man, yo, he's been writing some Kino right now. Okay, he's fucking up right now. He's, you know, giving
all the cope theories, man. Freaking baby beast titan."
That was kind of iffy. Like, I don't think Eren would sacrifice his child.
Yeah.
Wait. What are we even talking about? This is complete fan fiction now. Eren wouldn't sacrifice. What the fuck? At least Aaron Yoder got to clap some cheeks, man. That's crazy.
Going back to Historia's baby's eyes, just comparing hers to the way they're shaded with Aaron's. Like, Aaron's doesn't have any shading on them, but the baby does, so I reckon they have different eyes.
Most likely,
yeah. So that's definitely Farmer Coon's child, who we'll never get the name of. We don't know who this dude was. He threw stones at Historia, and apparently that's enough to get a woman, or stab some murderers in a cabin.
Yeah.
I feel like the biggest I don't know. I think Levi shouldn't have made it out of this. I feel like he should have been gone as soon as Zeke blew himself up. Like, he legit does absolutely nothing for the rest of the series, and it just kind of feels like he's there. And, like, we do get a nice panel with him doing the frickin' hand to heart Sasagayo sign. But that's kind of it.
Yeah, you know, Aaron's just such a big disappointment. I completely forgot about the other characters, man.
Yeah.
Let me actually look back.
It's still funny that Reiner's still alive. I'm glad John and Connie are back. Uh, I think the character that got done the most dirty throughout the entire series, though, was Mikasa. I think Mikasa definitely is the worst character of this whole series.
I disagree, man.
I don't know, like,
I think she's now
okay.
she's probably the most based character in my opinion. Because I don't know what the fuck Eren Yeager is. I don't know what the fuck that is. Eren Yeager.
That's
Why is your
error.
last
That's
name
error.
literally mean fight? I don't get it. Why? You didn't do shit, man.
But I don't know. I feel like season one material, Mikasa was badass. She stood on her own, and she didn't seem as dependent on Eren. But then, as we went on, she just became Eren machine, and like, I don't know. She didn't really like. There was no possible way for her to get a good ending.
There was. 138, I personally think was perfect. Okay, she has like a little dream sequence
Okay.
of what it would have been if Eren just chose to give up on everybody else and just focus on her. And then she's like, all right, man, I choose to accept that, Eren is this way. He's always been kind of a maniac. All right, let me finish him off, cut his head off, give him one last kiss, the end. Boom, character arc over.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then focus on Eren next chapter. Okay, this is what Eren's about. This is why he rejected all his friends, all of this. No, like, what Isayama does is like, no. All that slave bullshit. Yeah, good shit, man. Keep doing that, man. Keep simping, guys.
I don't know. Like, I don't like Mikasa. I think she was like, I don't know what the series was like anti about, and to see that basically her stuff got proven to be the right thing.
Yeah, that's why I don't necessarily like look down at Mikasa because her values, she at least was gung ho with her values, right? Like from the beginning, all right, season one, I genuinely thought that she was only doing this because Carla asked her like, "Yo, protect your brother or whatever, protect Eren," and that's why she was like so gung ho. And maybe she might have had a couple feelings for him, right?
Okay.
And then season two sort of is the payoff to that, and Eren's sort of like, "All right, bro, I get it. You like me. I sort of like you. I'll wrap the scarf around you as many times as you want, right?" And then season three is like, okay, let's just completely recontextualize, Eren and his feelings toward women with Historia. He appreciates Historia for not, putting her needs before the world's and choosing to actually ally with Eren. He gets to see another perspective other than just gets to see, a normal girl, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's where the ship was, all of that shit started, who is he gonna go with? Is it gonna be Mikasa? Is it gonna be Historia? And the issue is Isayama, he kept on like giving Eren Historia conversations, moments. For what? If you wanted to like, if there was none of that,
it kind of was kind of built up for nothing.
Why do that?
Like a big red herring.
Yeah, it's just a massive red herring for no reason, and it just makes the story longer than it needs to be. Really.
Yeah.
Like, it's stupid. So that's why I don't give Mikasa shit. Like, as we're talking, we're not talking about them like characters, but like people. But it's a character, right? It's just fiction. So her character, there's no regression. There's no like.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Consistent throughout, and that's why I can't give a shit because it's like, all right, man, you stuck to your values. You still like Eren, right? It's not like you just suddenly, become a cunt toward him. That would have been off, right?
Yeah, that would have been weird. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
So
I don't know. I felt like Mikasa was very stilted for the most part until the previous chapter.
Yeah.
Um.
Since we already talked about Mika, so what about Armin? Because Armin was pretty base this chapter, man. Like,
Yeah.
bro, Aaron, you're kind of pathetic, man. You kind of stupid, bro.
It's like the tables have turned.
Completely. Like, what is this? This is not recontextualization. I'm gonna keep using that word because that's all this fucker does. ECR, that's all he
Okay.
does. Okay.
I think, right.
This is just like retardation.
I think Armin was good, and then people started to hype him up when he didn't need his hype, like the characters in universe,
Yeah,
and he didn't feel like he earned that hype.
definitely didn't.
And then this chapter kind of gained some hype for him, and I'm glad he kind of showed some backbone and actual like strength.
Okay, I'm gonna get more into Armin, like when we're toward the end, when we do the character ranking thing.
Okay.
Because I think that Armin, I don't know, man. This shit, low key setting up for a sequel, bro.
I mean,
Okay.
in the afterwards, let me read this. There's a line that says, "Our battle is only getting started." I could very well see a sequel where they're ambassadors for the world, and they come into conflict with like the 20%. We get to see the rest of the worlds, their cultures, and how they can cope without Titan powers. I hope it's not called Attack on Titan because that would be very clickbait.
It could still be called that if like there's some Mali shit where in 4 years the technology just fucking goes boom,
Yo, Mecha Titans.
and they have fucking mechas and Titans. Like, oh, this is based off the subjects of Ymir and their powers.
This is the Train Titan.
Exactly. This Titan is the ship Titan. It's a giant robot that can transform into a ship.
We just go into Transformers.
Fuck it, man. At least Transformers more based than this shit. Crazy ass movie.
Okay. Next character. Let's go with Jean and Connie because they're kind of in the same kind of group.
Yeah.
That I think they were pretty good. Like they obviously weren't going to be like big focuses, and they kind of got put to the side. I feel like Connie's character arc wrapped up when he was in conflict when he took Falco, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like his character arc wrapped up around there. And then he does get his nice ending where apparently his mom turns back to normal. So good for Connie. Conrad Cornelius.
Let's go! King Cornelius Coomer Conrad. Spring Waters the 53rd. Gotta make a dollar up reference in every discussion.
Oh god. I'm trying to think of a character that sounds kind of like Connie.
There are no characters with cut names in.
Yeah. Well, there's Kyoko, but like that's Kia. Connie's the ultimate midget.
John's the ultimate horse.
I don't really know how to feel about Jean though. Like,
oh, he made a little joke, and I was like, yeah, I love this dude, bro.
Yeah.
Like, Ryan's simping over fucking a married woman. He's like, nah, I'm trying to look good for the history books. Like, let's get him! John Kissing.
Did you see like I think it was after 137 or 136. There was a lot of Jean X Peak shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been funny to see, considering Jean was all about the freaking long-haired, black-haired ladies.
Yeah, they're
But
probably gonna get together.
hey, for the sequel, Peak's still around.
Yeah. Okay, I like. Okay, okay. Let's just go through all the characters before I get to the Jaegerist part. Because Loki Paradise, they ain't about this ambassador shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, the Warriors. Okay, Peak. All right, Annie got to see her dad. Whatever, big
Yeah.
snooze girl. Big
Damn, we didn't even
schnoz.
get the Annie X Armin moment. It really was an Annie
Loki
X
getting
butthole all along.
Loki getting his memories back just made Armin kind of based for no reason. Or maybe it's because the time powers went away. I don't know.
Hmm.
He was acting way too base. Man. It's like, man, Armin, get the fuck up, you pathetic ass clown. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Gabi did. He just like got like Falco tried to go toward her, and then Gabi just fucking.
Suplexed him.
That's pretty epic. Rhina, you know what, man? I don't know, man. I don't know what I think I know what Isayama was thinking whilst writing this. He was like, you want a good ending? Okay, I'll give you a good ending. And like, you want a happy ending? You want some shonen bullshit? Here you go. Because like all the characters are like, especially Ryan is like is.
Reiner was
Missing
the
the
plot
paper,
armored
bro?
titan.
Hmm?
Reiner was that plot armored titan.
Defo and
Oh,
the Smith.
yo, okay. What happened to the worm?
I'm fucking done with this fucking manga,
What
man.
happened
Like,
to the worm? Okay.
just no hint, no nothing. Bro, like that shit was a separate entity from
Yeah.
the media, I'm pretty sure. And if they weren't, then they separated. They definitely separated
Yeah.
during the battle. And this shit has a will of its own. So I don't know why the fuck
Because like
it just
we
disappeared.
didn't see it like disintegrate or anything. Because like the last time we saw it, Reiner was freaking pushing it back. Peak was biting onto it, and Annie was doing nothing, while all the freaking pure titans were trying to hold him back. And then end of 138, we get the Eren and Armin in freaking Imagination Land. And then it's gone. Low key, we are gonna get a sequel, and the one will return.
At least do some like Yuha box shit. Like, in the last chapter of Bleach where he just disintegrates.
Yeah.
Then at the end with Kazui, I think that's his name, Kazui, he sees like a blob of you watching, he touches it, and then he just like, because he's too broken, because he's got his dad's genes, he just disintegrates instantly. We didn't even get that, where it's like, woo, spooky. You know what I mean? It just doesn't show up. Chad Worm Chad. I'm still
And,
all for
like, what about
Holly
Ymir?
Chad.
Because Ymir was watching Mikasa and Eren smooch. Like, should probably
Ymir
like some
chose
paths
Mikasa
goes.
instead of me. Yeah. I can't take this seriously, man. You know what? Having this discussion is making me accept it less, man, and hate it more.
Yeah, because like you come to realize after you're like going through it in your mind, like, okay, this happened, this. Wait, but what about this?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's very annoying. And the thing is, we'll never know what happened to it unless we get a sequel or like a side thing where it's like, here's what's happened to the worm, a worm chapter.
Bro, I think Isayama's done with this shit, man. I'm glad he's done with it. I'm sick. I'm sick of this. Shit ended in, we'll trample the lands and I'll protect parties. I will kill everyone beyond the walls. That's where it ended for me, bro. Like, it should have just ended like that, like cliffhanger. Oh no, have that and then just cut to 138 or 131, and there you go, man. Just end on a cliffhanger of everybody just getting killed off, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like, this feels like.
Oh my
Of
god.
course, we were gonna get this ending. We were freaking copium saying it won't happen. Surely it won't happen. Definitely not. But of course, it was gonna happen.
The thing is, before I read the leaks, I sent like a paragraph to someone
Mm.
explaining that every single time we get leaks, it's always the same reaction. Ain't no way this shit is real, man. This has to be bullshit. This has to be fan theories. And boom, we get it. We get disappointed. It's
Yeah.
happened for the past 3-4 chapters, man.
Mm.
I'm glad it's over, bro. I'm so
You
glad
are
it's
free.
over. I am finally free as a bird. Birdrin. Beak fiction.
Okay. Okay. I. Is there anything else we need to discuss? Jaegerish.
Let me just look for the chapter real quick. The Jaegerists and Pharmacoon, Loki being the king of Paradise,
Yeah.
Chad, threw some rocks and became the king of a whole island. Let's fucking go.
Oh yeah, we got a panel of Nicolo. That's pretty cool.
Oh, and there's Rico at the very on the right, at the very far right, with the glasses.
Yeah, yeah. And Heech and what's her name? The one that looked up to Mikasa.
Is she there?
Yeah, she's next to Nicolo.
You mean looked up to Sasha?
Oh yeah, that is sorry, bruh.
I think yeah,
basically
that
looks-
one. Forgot the fucking name, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
she passed. She died.
Oh, did she? Oh, okay. Like, okay, the after frickin' the rumbling starts, that's all a blur to me. Like, I don't remember how Flock got killed.
Yeah, Mikasa just killed him, and this guy didn't even aim at them. He wasn't even trying to kill them. He was just trying to stop the ship. Mikasa
I've
just
seen
fucking bodied
like
him.
someone draw like Flock just detach himself to the plane and just suicide bomb it. Loki, that should have been the ending.
He could, yo, Flock could have killed everybody there, but he's like, nah, they're my friends. Let me just shoot this ship, man.
Bro, they were never friends. Flock was never friends with them.
But you know what type of person Flock is, bro. He's like that, like I don't know. He's not. He's like that guy. He's like, hey guys, you want to go out? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but at the same time, he's base, so it's like, oh, you just being cunts. All right, you know what I mean? That's how I see him. Like he was definitely being like kind of not manipulated by Aaron, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh my days, this is the worst way to end anything. This is like, I'm fucking. It's gonna be a headache, man. Like,
I was more mad at the Bleach ending, if I'm honest. Like, I
hell
think
no,
Bleach ended
has.
worse.
I disagree with that. Bleach has constantly had these power creeps that come out of nowhere.
No.
These abilities that come out of nowhere.
See, like, I don't mind your walk having freaking Unga Bunga god powers. It's just the way it's like, 6 chapters we're gonna freaking Deus Ex Machina that. That's fine. Here's the
It's Bleach, man. They've been Deus Ex Machining from the beginning. Like,
I guess.
like I know this is the once again I'm gonna use this term recontextualization of Ichigo's powers. And he's OD because his dad was a Shinigami, his mom a Quincy. He also had the white hollow inside of him.
Yeah.
And he also had Yuha inside of him.
Alternate mixed race.
Exactly. He's just the perfect mixture. He's eugenics peak human, right?
He's like a weird beige color.
Exactly. So, with that in mind, I'm calm. I'm calm with anything that happens at this point because, once again,
like I don't know. I feel for Bleach, it just got cut real short, and I my copium is Kubo got rushed. The They were like, yeah, but
Yeah, he did
Bleach
get
is shit
rushed
up.
because he was physically hurting. I think his like shoulder was like
Damn.
dislocated or some shit, and he
Okay,
was still fucking
like,
drawing. And then everybody was like, yo, Kubo, chill, man.
mm,
End it off. We can do other shit in the
mm,
future, bro. Just end it off for now, bro. Take a break.
mm.
And he's like, alright, I'll end it in my own terms then. And then
Like,
we got those six
I
chapters.
feel we were gonna get the same kind of ending, but it would have been extended and like more characters would have got to do stuff.
Yeah, there would
Like,
have been more conclusion to a lot of characters. Like, bro, didn't what's his name?
you had Kira, I think his name was. He became
Yeah,
like a
Kira
robot.
just comes back out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah. There's loads of stuff that was set up. Yeah. Obviously, it didn't come to fruition. So yeah. It just felt like a big ass time skip, I suppose.
I have a feeling you know, in Kubo's mind the story isn't over. So
Yeah,
like he's even trying, you know, with Burn the Witch,
yeah,
expanding the world a little bit more. Like it's Kubo isn't done with Bleach.
yeah.
With Isayama, I think he's like he's both not done and done, and that's the worst possible state you can be in.
Mm.
Because he's like, all right, if I need to come back to this and make some more money, I can, because you know I ended it like shit.
So like Togashi, kind of.
Oh, Togashi, at least Togashi's he's done with that shit, bro. Like he's just he's beating a dead horse, bro.
Peace.
I don't know what he's doing.
Oh god. Hunter x Hunter really should have ended
no.
at the tree, man. Frick Karapika, we don't need to see his story end.
Yeah.
Gome's the only one that mattered.
Yeah.
But yeah, I Attack on Titan definitely doesn't have like the worst. Like, it's just very neutral for me, where I'm like, yeah, 90% of this, yep, I basically saw this coming months ago. Cool. But with like stuff like Demon Slayer and Beastars, where it's just like, oh, final arc time, guys. Or with Beastars, where it's just like, oh, here's the Melon arc. Yeah, we're done now. Whatever.
I haven't read Beastars. I have read the Demon Slayer ending, even though I haven't read anything else. And I actually love, like I told you before, when I finished Darling in the Franxx, I love it when the ending is just like, this is it, bruh. You wanted the ending. We're gonna go through these entire characters' lives. They're completely dead. This is a completely new generation. They're doing their own thing.
I didn't mind that. It just felt like there should have been more meat to Demon Slayer. Like,
I know.
I feel like what it lacked the most
with the
was
series, bro.
it just lacked so much like world building.
Demon King arc. They're gonna go to hell.
Yeah. Like Muzan didn't feel like the final boss. Like what were like the
you know what? I'm glad Demon Slayer ended quick though. I'm glad. I'm glad. And you know UFO was gonna go ahead with the adaptation, so it's probably gonna elevate the ending as well. You know, make it all emotional. It's a long let's see what they're gonna make it OD. Everyone's gonna be like, Demon Slayer, best anime ever made.
Seven Deadly Sins had an ass ending, where it didn't end and we got another arc.
Is it still connected to? Or is it a completely different series? Like, is it still like Seven Deadly Sins?
It's
is
still
it like...
Seven Deadly. Basically,
okay.
It was like, oh, we beat the Demon Lords, but now Merlin's gonna have an arc, and his chaos or something. I don't know. I didn't read it because I'm like, the ending is where Meliodas and Elizabeth, they broke the curse, and they went through the door. The end. Nothing more. I do not need to see anything else. Just chill, bro. But what worst ending for anything for me? It's still part 5, bro. I still I'll never get over part 5's ending. That to me is the worst ending of anything I've seen, I think. Especially in shonen. Like, there's probably some, I don't know, backwards trash anime that I've seen with a trash ending. but
Um,
something big and
like
popular and shonen, it's definitely part five for me.
I watched some live reactions of that.
Mm.
I kind of see what people mean. Like I've always seen what people meant,
Yeah,
but like
like I get.
since it's an ongoing story, I'm okay with
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that's not the ending of JoJo's.
yeah,
That's the ending of part five. So that's why
yeah,
I give it some leeway. It's like you're not really, and the story's still going.
yeah. Exactly. Like, but for that, like,
It's the worst ending for that arc or that saga, but it's not
mm,
out of JoJo. Out of all the JoJo parts, it's the, in my opinion, it is like the weakest ending.
yeah, yeah, by far. Um, yeah,
But compared to Attack on Titan, nah. I'm sorry.
yeah. Okay,
The recontextualization
yeah,
of the fucking Rolling Stones harkens back to the theme of this story,
yeah.
fate,
Like I
and I'm
understand that,
perfectly fine with
and
that.
I think Rolling Stones is fine,
Yeah.
but I think it should have been shown earlier than at the end. It's a nice
If it was
epilogue.
shown earlier, you know how people are gonna be, man.
Yeah,
They're gonna be like, oh, what was the point of any of this? Oh.
yeah.
It's
But
like some
even
Danganronpa
so,
V3
I
shit.
still got that in my mind when I watched them. Like, well, okay, if they're gonna die anyway, what was the point?
Yeah, exactly. But since it was toward the end, it was like,
Mm,
damn, man.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I went through
yeah,
all of this.
and it was
It's like
gonna
the
happen
V3
anyway.
dilemma.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start calling this the V3 dilemma when the
I.
reconciliation just makes you like,
Mm,
it's just like, what was the point?
but
Actually,
I think like Rolling Stone was good, and I think
I
it
just had an
like
epiphany.
the theme of Fate was good.
Yeah.
It's just the whole Diavolo stuff is
The Diavolo stuff did not feel like a
it was
conclusion.
so bad.
I don't know what the fuck that was. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Um,
I think Rolling Stone saved the ending for me because if it was just the Diavolo
mm,
stuff, I would have not liked it.
yeah, yeah, I get you. Um,
Yeah, I just came up with an epiphany, man.
okay.
Um, I'm a legit start calling this the V3 syndrome, even though V3 was not the first thing to
Yeah,
do this. But when like an author or writer, whatever, we get to the ending and the way they recontextualize it, it's like I know this is like a writing technique in Japan, like it's an actual thing, like a way of writing stories.
yeah,
Because I watched this anime that adapted like these really old books that like are classics in Japan, which is like Aoi something.
mm,
It's the one that looks like Death Note but isn't. I'm pretty sure you've seen that show around.
no, I can't think of it
Yeah.
myself.
Basically, the storytelling technique is you show one side and then you show the other side, right?
Yeah,
So one of the examples of one of these literary fictions in Japan that's really popular is okay, big angry dude, or big angry menacing looking dude, looks like he's raping girl, but no, secretly, girl is just giving him a massage, but he's blamed by everybody that he did rape the girl, so he kills himself. But then everybody finds out that no, she was just giving him a massage. Woo woo, whoopty fucking woo, right? Like that is like an ingrained storytelling technique in Japan, right? In the West, it's typical good versus evil, right?
yeah,
All good force versus all evil force, especially with like the boom of like comics in America and influencing other media and all of that shit.
yeah,
Because you look back in fucking Britain, you got Shakespeare and shit, and fucking everybody dies at the end. Ooh, epic storytelling. Let's go. But yeah, yeah. This is a theme that we see like throughout a lot of Japanese media. That's why anime for me when I was younger was always like there's something else to this. There's something special to this.
mm.
I couldn't explain why, but I think that's one of those things where it's like that goes beyond a cartoon where something happens,
It's a
but
lot more.
that isn't it. You know what I mean?
There's a lot more layers to it, I guess.
There's layers
Yeah,
to it. Exactly.
you get to see different perspectives and
Exactly. Yeah.
everyone's story essentially.
Exactly. So now let's harken that back to like what we were talking about. What ending? We're
Um,
talking about the ending of.
well, V3 you said was
Okay, I
the
mentioned
syndrome.
V3. Yeah.
Yeah,
See, V3 does this, but at the very beginning, it already told you the ending, right?
yeah,
So it's throughout the story, you're basically low key getting the the flashback light, whatever it's called, because you're being added this information that you didn't have before, but you're forgetting the initial information that you had at the beginning.
yeah.
That you were captured, right? And then you were brought to this place. You didn't know why. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it's like whoa, V3,
Bro,
right?
even before that, man, like the opening cutscene. That's not like the basic opening. It's like
Yeah.
it shows all the students' feet, and then it's like a new killing game will begin. And you meant to think of it as like, oh, this is like an ad for the game, okay? But no, it's legit like an
Yep.
in-universe ad.
Exactly. Uh, Now, this is good. We're having like an introspective about like endings in general.
Yeah. I think this is good
Um,
though. Like we get to compare like Attack on Titan's ending and
yeah,
how
because
that's been
that
done.
yeah, exactly. With and then this is where endings can be kind of weak with like Seven Deadly Sins. Like
Hmm.
you know, uh, maybe actually having another arc is good because it's like going back. I'm pretty sure chaos energy or whatever magic has existed for the entire series, right? It was just never explained.
Um, I can't remember myself. I don't remember there being any chaos energy. Um, I don't know. And again, I didn't read that part of the story because to me,
Yeah, true.
it just ended with the curse being broken.
Yeah,
Like maybe it did add like it probably added to Merlin's character who was very weak for the most part of the series.
yeah,
But even so, it felt very out of place.
yeah. Makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay, so with the actual ending, did you get any sort of like, you know, V3 syndrome with it? Like, you know what I mean? It's not even. I don't know. Like, there's a specific name for this way of storytelling, but I
Hmm.
can't remember it.
Um,
Other than recontextualizing.
not really. It felt very straightforward.
Exactly, straightforward,
Yeah,
right?
it was very
Now,
good versus evil, and even like
yeah,
Meliodas, who was very in a gray area, he was still on the good guy's
in the
side.
good, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, oh, I talk about all of this just so we could go back to Attack on Titan and talk about the fact that a straightforward ending. What would a straightforward ending be for Attack on Titan?
Eren was evil, and the warriors and the alliance, they're the good guys, and then the good guys would beat the bad guy, which is Eren, and stop the rumbling themselves.
Now, there is no possible way people would have liked that ending, right?
Yeah, definitely.
No possible way. Now, if we did get that ending, the open field, like the weird part about just getting an ending, no Eren POV, no nothing,
Mm.
right? And just we beat Eren, that's it, right?
Mm.
Like we take out all of the bullshit. We just have Mikasa walking to Armin with Eren's head, and that's it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All of the shards that haven't the memory shards that haven't been explained,
Mm.
like one with Flock with someone in the background that looks like they have like a vial on top of them,
Yeah.
right? Some with Falco, some with even like Mika stuff haven't been explained.
And you got the worm as well.
Exactly, all of that.
Yeah.
Like, I think, I think, I think that would have been okay, man.
Yeah, because I feel like with the whole stuff at the start, getting Eren's explanation twisted um the perception of his character, and like you said, recontextualized it, but not in a good way.
Exactly. So this is what I mean with like, you know, I don't, I don't think Isayama necessarily didn't want to do this.
Mm.
I think he did this intentionally, and that, I think that's what pisses me off the most
Mm.
because you know how I mentioned to you like a chapter was just there's just no dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't know. There's just no nuance to this at this point. Like I don't.
Yeah, like we could have easily had like a good open ending for Aaron's character, where
Yeah,
it's like people can believe he did it for his friends, people can believe he did it for
exactly.
freedom.
No, but no.
Yeah, it definitely made it very straightforward and very, I want to say, friendly to normies.
Even normies were low key complaining, bro. Like, even normies on Twitter, I did see a few people like, all right, I'm Arenika shipper, but this is kind of, oh no, man, this is kind
Mm.
of goofy.
Cause like, yeah, like especially with his face, he just looks like a freaking yeah. I want to live. The panel it reminds me of is in The Promised Neverland, where Emma goes, "I don't want to kill the demons."
This fucking guy, I killed my mom so I could fuck my sister. The anime, like, and now I'm also a bird. What is this shit, bro? Now I'm about to just give a one on everything Attack on Titan on now, bro. No,
I'm not
that's
like
evil,
that,
bro.
no.
Nah, that's cap, that's
Cause
cap.
like,
Wit Saga,
okay,
perfect, man. Wit
bro.
Saga, no issues, perfect anime,
Mm,
loved it all the way through.
mm. Like, season 3, part 2, right? That was the peak of like OG Attack on Titan. Like,
Yeah,
I was discussing this with Jack, where he's like, I don't like a lot of the season 4 material because it doesn't feel like what I got into the show for. And I'm like, yeah, I can understand that. If you like first got into it and you're watching OG Attack on Titan, and then it suddenly goes into this war, very, I don't want to say political, but like it gets more than just we're gonna kill all the Titans. I can see a lot of old fans being very confused at that. But as like a new fan who got into it around November when season 4's starting to roll out, like I don't have that nostalgia and I'm like blinded by that, I guess.
I don't know. I think Jack's capping. I think he just wanted, straightforward,
Hmm.
good guy, bad guy.
Hmm.
Um,
But
and I like straightforward, good guy, bad guy
yeah,
stories. I
but even
do,
so,
man.
um, Zeke, Reiner, and Bertholds, like they never felt like bad guys. Like especially Reiner, he felt very sympathetic. It's just we
Yeah.
didn't get to see his perspective until
Yeah,
a
I'm
Mappa
fine
saga.
with the stuff that's happened. I just mean it as in like it's easy to see the flaws.
Mm,
I'm talking about the anime now. It's
yeah.
easy to see the flaws of the final season
Mm,
than me binge watching all 3 seasons with someone that hasn't watched the show, and like that experience was perfect. I didn't have there wasn't a single episode where I was like, you know what I mean? It was
mm.
just like, yeah,
Like I feel like with all of that, it's kind of like um from season 1 up to the end of season 3, that feels like its own story where you're like, okay, we can end this at Aaron pointing the sea. Um, that wraps up like that story, and I think Isayama was really good with keeping that consistent, and he knew what. I feel like that for the most part was planned, and then we get into fourth season to the end, where it's like this is completely different to what Attack on Titan was essentially. Um, and it started to get very less consistent and iffy.
I would have to agree. There's a lot of I don't want to call them plot holes, but like Marley sending kids,
Hmm.
to for war. Like this is like why is that happening?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just little things.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I guess it's also because it takes a lot of the fantasy out of that, and it becomes a lot more grounded. Like you start seeing less Titans, you focus more on the human characters, so it's a lot easier to kind of um lose your what's it called suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of like the moments where you should have disbelief, it's just like what the fuck is happening here,
Yeah.
bro? Like all the shit with Pavs, man. Like
Mm.
I don't know. Now that I've gone this ending, I kind of just I don't care anymore, man.
Mm.
Like all of that stuff of yo, you're me, you're free, you can like none of that mattered. Like
Yeah. It felt
what?
like a lot of it that was being built up just poofed, and
It
then
just poofed,
yeah.
man. Even a worm poofed.
Mm.
Yeah. All right, man. I wanted to hurt the readers. Nah, you just hurt your story, bro. I don't know, man. Like, I thought he meant, I don't know, man. Like, majority of the readers are normies, right?
Yeah.
Like, the majority group are still the normies. So it's like, they're not going to be hurt. They're going to be coping with the idea that this is a good ending.
Yeah. Because
Most of them.
they wouldn't understand because they haven't seen as much
Exactly.
material.
Yeah, that's go like, thank you, Isayama. Thank you for writing this for the past 12 years consistently. Thank you. I love you, Isayama. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like when you just like put your hat on and you just thinking time, it's like, come on, bro, this shit is fucking. What is this?
Mm.
I'm so glad. I'm glad Attack on Titan was a complete flop because now I finally can get out of that zone where it's like, what's better than Attack on Titan? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was in that zone where it was like, wow, this shit is really fucking good right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Or remember when we had that discussion where it's like, okay, what do you think is better than Attack on Titan? And I'm like, yo, Loki, One Piece. Is
And I
Loki
give,
is One Piece back on the table?
bro, One Piece is a fucking masterpiece.
um, I
One Piece
okay.
is gonna be the best manga of all time.
One Piece will be where it is right now. I don't like Wano. I think Wano is one of the weakest arcs,
Bro,
especially part
the
Act
entirety
3.
of New World's been weak,
Yeah,
bro. Like
New World,
I'm not surprised.
Us. I really want to go through Skypiea again. Because I look at panels of Skypiea, and I feel like I gave it a bad rap, and I think it's because I don't know if the anime made it feel long, but I think
It felt
reading
like filler. I'm not gonna lie. It did feel like filler.
Mm.
Like what if we skip Skypiea, nothing changes.
Yeah, like
Unless
Poneglyph
an
stuff, I
Enuru
guess.
comes back.
Yeah,
If an Enuru comes back, then it's calm. But it adds absolutely nothing.
yeah.
It's just fun art.
But like, I just look at a lot of the old One Piece chapters and I go, yo, this just it had so much more soul to it. I feel like, and then I look at a modern One Piece chapter where it's just panels just
Shit
cramped
kind of
together.
ugly, bro.
It
Like,
looks
oh no,
hideous.
man. It looks kind of
It looks
like
awful.
that Moggy syndrome. At least like
Yeah,
Moggy has like the clean like
Magi
you know what
has
I mean. Like
beautiful art, and
yeah, like the
One Piece is
clean
just
lines. Like
rugged, scruffy,
One Piece is looking too
and
scruffy. It's
cramped,
looking
bro.
too sketchy. Like I don't know
Um,
what it is, bro.
like even you get a panel of Big Mom and Kaido in his hybrid form, and it's just like stuck in like the top left, where you have just like reaction shots lined up next to it. And I'm just like, why don't you just have a double page spread of this big hulking dragon monster and this freaking cackling Disney villain on a freaking thunderclouds and just make it look intimidating. These guys do not look intimidating. They look goofy. And it goes back to this whole marketable plushie kind of thing where you can't really
Yeah.
take any of the characters seriously. Um, like, have you seen Zoro tank the two Yonko attacks?
What?
Yeah, so Big Mom and Kaido pull out the sword and club, and they're like, okay, let's do a combo attack. And Kaido's like, okay. Hakai, freaking big ass force. Everyone's like, "Eee, we're gonna get blown away," and Zoro just jumps in, gets all his swords, and blocks this. The man who couldn't push back the bird cage blocked two Yonko attacks.
Okay.
It makes no sense. It's
All right, man.
so
I
bad.
take it back. One Piece is not gonna be best manga of all time. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm not gonna be a fucking hop around.
Bro, the
Like
best manga of
my
all
my
time will be My Hero Academia.
really.
I believe so. I think My Hero is drawn beautifully, has a very consistent, well-paced, good story with
All
excellent
right.
world building.
I'm glad you're recording this because like these
Yeah,
opinions are gonna be
yeah.
immortalized for a while.
Like, I don't even care that half of 1A does nothing because they don't need to do anything.
They
You have your
don't
main
need
cast.
to. That's what I'm saying.
Like,
The fact that they already do a little is like,
Well-
whoa, this is completely different to any other manga.
like the icing of the cake would be you get Sato, Hagakure, Ojiro, and like Koda doing a little team up arc against like a minor villain, but it would barely add to the story, and it would just be there for the fans of those characters. Or we go for the most based and Kino theory of double traitor with Ojiro and Hagakure, the most plain and blank characters that have contributed nothing to the story.
Yeah.
If they have that god tier, actual god tier series, like they've gone past the academia stuff. So the people who are like, "Meh, school festival, bro. School festival's not like my battle shonen." Well, Deku's out of the academia now. He's fighting muscular.
Right.
You like season 3, guys? Which, bro, I'm hyped for. But yeah, the fans can have that. It's still good. It's still consistent. And it feels like we're not going to be stuck in academia for 3 years. So, freaking Horikoshi has figured that out.
Yeah.
It looks nice. It's well paneled. Like, the one bad thing about My Hero is the fights, because they're just like one hit KO. Except for
Yeah.
the best fight in the series, in the best arc of the series, with the best character of the series. Not just the best villain, the best character, the Gentle arc. As the best arc in My Hero, nothing's topping that.
All right, man. You stick to that, man. You stick.
Horikoshi does not miss.
Bro, what did I used to say? Horror no missings? Yeah, man. Horikoshi doesn't miss horror no missings, bro. I haven't given up on that. It's just I wanted to have faith in Isayama because his series is ending.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on.
Give us something good.
But I don't care. I'm gonna forget about Attack on Titan in a couple years. I'll just remember it as the show that Eren turns into bird. And that's about it. Unless the sequel vibes are true. Let me get a Mecha Titan.
If there's a sequel, I'll read it.
That's for sure. If there's a sequel, I'll be like, I'll check it out, man. Because I'm not satisfied with that conclusion. Not one bit, man. What the fuck was that?
This is definitely the thumbnail.
There is gonna be a panel on toward the end of the month for the future of the Attack on Titan story. I did read that. I think it was Attack on Titan Wiki, the account on Twitter, posted that. So yeah, that's just adding more to the sequel idea.
I can't wait to
Plus, there
see
was
all the
this
coke
interview a long
videos for
time
that.
ago. There was this interview a long time ago with Araki, the director, not Hirohiko Araki, but the other one.
I mean,
Uh,
Isayama has the Moody Blues clock, bro. It could be actual Rocky.
wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, Araki was like, "Yo, is Armin gonna become like a dictator type beat?"
Hmm.
And then Isayama was like, "Oh no, I don't know. I just where does this thing go along? Oh no." But yeah. Damn, I miss Femboy Armin, bro. Imagine Femboy
Yo,
Dictator Armin. That would be
at
epic.
least we don't have Mankasa anymore. Mikasa got the freaking gender reassignment surgery once more.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in those other episodes, bro. But that entire season was us. I don't care what people say. I don't know. You get what I mean? This is what an ending does. I forgot the YouTube. I think it was Arcada. He used to say like, ending is paramount. The ending is what makes the series,
Make or
right?
break ya.
Exactly. It's what asserts and like, you know,
Yeah.
it wraps up everything. It's what you're gonna remember the series by. So I don't know, man.
What rating would you give Attack on Titan from a scale of 1 to 10 as a whole?
As a whole,
As a whole.
being honest, like a 6 or a 7. As a whole,
Would you say a 6.9?
yes, definitely.
6.9 out of 10. I
For sure.
completely agree with that. I
Yeah,
think like 70% of the show was greatness, and then we started to trickle away.
yeah.
Maybe more like 75%. I'm gonna go for like a 7.4.
I get what you mean. I see the 7.4, but like I'd have to be in a good mood, and I'm not in a good mood, so that shit is staying at a 6, bro. Like, what gives me the good mood? Let's finish off with the Jaeger stuff. Yeah, the fact that the island is still pro Eren and everybody's doing the Tatakaye.
Yeah,
I don't know. This is giving me very sequel items,
definitely
bro.
sequel
I don't know
bait. Yeah.
what it is, man. It's kind of yeah. This feels like one big story arc. You know what? This feels like? This feels like the Dragon Ball right now.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be a Dragon Ball Z, bro. I don't know what it is. It feels like that. It's like, all right, this is part 1, and then I send you the video where it's like all possible Attack on Titan endings, and one of them is the chainsaw ending. This is only part 1.
I think I saw like an image of that. You might have sent me an image of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I can definitely see that. Cool. Literally cool. I feel like I don't know. I feel like this final arc, right, made me disregard every other character and only focus on Eren.
Yeah, that's why
And
it
then
feels like, all right,
yeah,
this is the
and
end of
then they
Eren's
destroyed
story.
him.
Exactly. Oh man. Clapped. Eren got clapped. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. All right.
That
I'm gonna
definitely
give.
okay.
Huh?
That definitely does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Attack on Titan, 6.9 to 7.6 or 7. It's one of those.
My final thoughts are Aaron Yogurt more based than Aaron. actually follow through with his wishes
Mhm.
and fucking go on a genocide because he didn't get the puss. Yeah, and
Yeah, they're
yes,
down
I'm
bad.
like, when people watch videos, they're like, "Oh, you don't understand, bro." I understand this completely.
Yeah,
Like, I
because
understand this entire story
because
completely.
Isayama made it straightforward.
Exactly. There's no deepness to it.
Mm.
I understand it completely. I just think it's shit,
Yeah,
and it is shit, and I can back up why it's shit
yeah.
because it is fucking
We
shit,
spent an
man.
hour discussing why.
Yeah.
Like,
So yeah.